What's going on, guys? It's Becca Switzer with Roof Sales Mastery and author of Diamonds in the Sky, and got some more stuff to talk to you about today. I would really like to dive right into one of the biggest mistakes again that contractors are making with their recruiting efforts, and really this comes down to training. I want to talk to you guys about retention here. So one of the biggest hurdles, of course, is getting people in the door to even consider doing the sales job, which I've already talked about. We've got the ad written, we have the interview script perfected so that people don't feel like it's too good to be true, and you have a good show to training. Now again is where a lot of contractors drop the ball because they believe, got them, they're showing up to training, now we got them. But people quit in 2 weeks, or you're taking somebody by the hand and like spending 3 or 4 weeks with them and then they still drop off. So why is this happening? Guys, one of the biggest issues that you guys are dealing with is this. I'm guessing, most of you anyways, if you are a business owner, you're in a position where you're running your own company now, you're probably a really good salesperson, okay? So what I want you to consider here is, how long have you been doing this and how good are you? Because if you've been doing this for 3, 4, 5, 7, 10 years, you're probably really good. But you're really good because you're you. And you're so good, in fact, at this point, that when it comes time for you to sit down and train somebody who is brand new, does not know their elbow from their asshole here in this industry, don't know anything about construction, don't know anything about insurance, doesn't know anything about sales, you can't teach them. You're way beyond. Like when you get to a level where you can just autopilot and you're a killer salesperson, you're closing 80-90% of these people that you sit in front of and you're just killing it. When it comes time for you to try to train the basic fundamentals, you can't do it. We completely forget. And if you don't believe me, I want you to think about this for a second. Let's say that you were in charge today of training or teaching a 5-year-old child how to read. Would you even know where to begin? I certainly won't. What? Do we teach them letters first? Do they even know letters yet? Do they know sounds? Do we teach them individual syllables? Do we just read them words? Do we have them write it down? Like, what do we do? This is a perfect example here because you and I both know how to read really well. It comes very natural. It's second nature. We've been doing it for a long time. We're really good at it. But if it comes time for us to teach a little child who doesn't know anything how to read, we're like, duh, like we don't know what to do. Guys, I want you to really consider how you trying to train your salespeople is the same problem here. It's impossible for you to break it down into the basic fundamentals. So there's a lot of things going wrong here. You're teaching them your best sales stuff and you think you're doing them a favor, like, guys, this is what I do. But they need to learn to crawl and walk before they can learn to run. The second thing is, a lot of you guys put the cart before the horse. You're teaching them things that they don't even need to know yet. We're information dumping on them. We're just filling their mind. It's too much stuff. We're overwhelming them. Okay? We're teaching them in the wrong order. All right? Guys, when you're teaching brand new people, it's a delicate process here. We have to teach them to connect the dots in the right way. The way we talk about certain topics or scripts or door knocking, handling objection, we have to teach them the basic idea of it first, make sure they grasp it, use like a different analogy for it to help them understand the concept. We teach them in a certain order. We teach them in a certain way. The way we even talk about the topic is important so we're not scaring the shit out of them, especially things like canvassing and closing and things like that. For new people, that's really scary. So when you're really good, it is going to be very difficult for you to dumb it down for newbies. So, shameless sales plug again. Guys, I have written a program specifically for training noobs, okay? Word for word, every single thing is done for you. It is scripted out. There are books for the trainees to follow, study, memorize, role play out of. There's a trainer's guide that really tackles what we talked about initially of, you're really good. Here's how to train new people. Okay, here's why we're doing what we're doing. Here's why this is important. Here's what this section prevents. Here's what this section achieves. Here's why we don't talk about this on this day yet. Here's why we wait. Okay, so I really want you guys to consider, like, if you are having really poor retention of your salespeople that come in to train and then they quit, retention comes from the lack of training. Because let me tell you this, and make no mistake about it, my dog is just trying to dig a hole in his bed right now as if it's going to make it more comfortable. It's not, Cole. Lay down. Okay. Where was I? Guys, retention comes from this. If people show up and they have a good experience and they're making money, why would they go anywhere? But if they show up and they're trying desperately to catch on to what you're just kind of rambling to them, and you're taking them by the hand, they're watching you and trying to listen, and they're trying to record what you're saying on their phone, they're trying to take notes, everything's out of order, it's very jumbled. What's going to happen when these people are left to their own devices is they go out, they get beat up at the door, they're having a bad experience, and on top of that, because they're having a bad experience, guess what? They're not making any money, right? Until they overcome this ridiculous learning curve, which most people can't afford to do because guess what? A few weeks go by, they need to make a paycheck. It's impossible for these people to survive. So how do we get them to survive? We just train them properly. And if you guys think, well, we just not finding the right people, I can train people, I'm a great salesperson. If that's what you really think, look at the track record that you have. Are people sticking around? Yes or no? If the answer is no, you need help. So, guys, I have a new hires training program. I don't want to toot my own horn here, but it's really good, okay? It is perfect. It's scripted out completely for you guys. It's a turnkey system. You literally just deliver it. Just like your teacher in school, they didn't just stand up and like pull stuff out of their ass and teach you. They had a textbook and they had a syllabus and they had curriculum that they taught out of. I've done that for you. You'll have everybody trained, everybody, in a group in 3 to 5 days. No ride-along training. And guess what? They'll actually be able to do this job. Okay? So, anyhow, that's what I wanted to talk to you about. Again, there's so much more to talk. This video could be 28 minutes long if I kept going into new hires training and how all this works. But that's just something that I want you guys to think about is what level you're at and why you might be suffering poor retention. And if you want to learn more about the New Hires Training Program, you can email me, Becca, B-E-C-C-A, at roofsalesmastery.com, or visit www.roofsalesmastery.com. You can pick a time on my calendar there to chat with me personally and enroll in a course or figure out pricing and what's going to be the best option and so on. But guys, I'm really so tired of seeing you guys struggle with this because you don't have to. There doesn't have to be a huge roadblock to getting people to stick. This opportunity is ridiculous. People can make a ton of money. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to do it either, but you certainly have to give these people the right resources to hang on. If you give them the right resources, literally anybody can do this job. I promise. Look around. Look at the people that are your competition. My God, sometimes I wonder how they tie their own shoes. I don't know. I don't know how they do it. But anyone can do this job. It just comes down to the proper training. That's it. So, that's all for now. I am going to dive into this Diet Cream soda that I've been staring at. It's going to make me burp like a barbarian, so I waited till the end. Anyways, guys, lovely chatting with you. Once again, email me, subscribe to my YouTube channel for more tips and things of that nature, and I look forward to working with some of you. Adios.